A roaring fire, the chill of a November night, and a tale that has echoed through the ages. Ever wondered why Britons light bonfires and set off fireworks every 5th of November? As we delve into the depths of this tale, we find ourselves transported back to the early 17th century. The air is thick with tension and uncertainty. The throne of England is occupied by King James I, a Protestant monarch ruling over a kingdom divided by religious conflict. The schism between Catholics and Protestants is more than just a theological debate. It's a powder keg waiting to explode. In the dimly lit corners of London's taverns, a group of 13 Catholic conspirators hatch a daring plan. Their objective is as audacious as it is dangerous. They aim to strike at the very heart of the Protestant establishment, targeting the Houses of Parliament and the King himself. Their method of choice? An act of destruction that would reverberate through the centuries. As the conspirators plot in the shadows, whispers of rebellion spread through the city's cobblestone streets. The conspirators are not just dissidents, they are men of action, ready to risk everything for their cause. Their plan is steeped in secrecy, known only to a select few. The stakes are high, the risks even higher. The conspirators' plan hinges on a single devastating weapon, 36 barrels of gunpowder. This incendiary substance, capable of reducing the grandest of buildings to rubble, is their chosen tool of rebellion. It's a weapon that embodies the intensity of their conviction, the depth of their desperation, and the magnitude of their ambition. Stay tuned as we continue to unravel this explosive tale. A tale that's not just about the plot, but also about the man behind the mask. A tale that's not just about treason, but also about tradition. A tale that's not just about history, but also about the power of a single spark to ignite a world-changing fire. Enter Guy Fawkes, a soldier with expertise in explosives. Born in York and raised as a Protestant, Fawkes later converted to Catholicism, deeply moved by the faith's rituals and tenets. His passion for his adopted faith would lead him down a path of intrigue and danger. Fawkes was a seasoned soldier, having fought for Catholic Spain against the Protestant Dutch Republic in the 80 Years' War. His battle-hardened skills and staunch Catholic beliefs made him the perfect recruit for the conspirators' audacious plan. They needed someone who could handle the 36 barrels of gunpowder they intended to use to blow up the Houses of Parliament. Fawkes, with his military expertise, was that man. In the early hours of November 5th, 1605, it was Fawkes who was discovered in the cellars beneath Parliament, guarding the barrels of gunpowder. He was arrested and the plot was foiled. But the story of Guy Fawkes doesn't end there. In fact, it was only just beginning. Even today, more than 4 centuries later, the figure of Guy Fawkes is still a subject of debate. Was he a freedom fighter, standing up for the rights of Catholics in a Protestant-dominated society? Or was he a terrorist, willing to kill and cause destruction for his cause? The answer, as is often the case with history, is not black and white. The image of Fawkes has been used by various groups throughout history, each interpreting his actions to fit their own narratives. From the gunpowder plot to the modern-day Guy Fawkes masks worn by protesters worldwide, the man behind the mask continues to be a symbol of rebellion and resistance. To understand the night, we must first understand the man. To understand the fireworks and bonfires that light up the British skies every November, we must delve into the life of Guy Fawkes. His story is not just about a failed plot. It's about a man whose actions have resonated through the centuries, shaping our understanding of protest and power. The 5th of November, 1605. The plot is set in motion. Picture this: London, a city cloaked in anticipation, unaware of the peril lurking beneath its cobblestone streets. The conspirators, their hearts pounding in sync with the ticking clock, wait for the opportune moment. In the midst of this tension, an anonymous letter surfaces, a parchment soaked with anxiety and urgency, carrying a warning of the impending disaster. The news spreads like wildfire, reaching the ears of the king's men. The city that was once immersed in silence now echoes with the clattering hooves of horses and the shouts of soldiers. The Houses of Parliament are transformed into a beehive, buzzing with activity. As they delve deeper into the dark, dank basements of Parliament, a sight arrests their attention. There among the shadows stands a man, Guy Fawkes, the soldier-turned conspirator. guarding the 36 barrels of gunpowder with a resolve as explosive as the weapon he was to wield. The discovery sends shockwaves through the heart of the city. The plot, meticulously woven in the shadows, unravels in the harsh glare of lantern light. Captured and tortured, Fawkes and his fellow conspirators faced a grim fate. The plot that had been hatched in the shadows was now exposed to the harsh light of day. The conspirators were arrested and subjected to the cruelest of interrogations. The king's men were relentless, seeking to unearth every detail of the plot, and Guy Fawkes, the man at the centre of it all, bore the brunt of their brutality. Despite the intense torture, Fawkes remained resolute, refusing to name his co-conspirators. The men who had planned to blow up the king and parliament were eventually tried in the Star Chamber, an infamous court known for its harsh sentences. Each one of them, including Fawkes, was found guilty of high treason. Their sentence was a brutal one, even by the standards of the 17th century. They were to be hanged, drawn and quartered. A long and painful death designed to serve as a warning to others who might dare to challenge the king's authority. In the wake of the failed plot, King James sought to turn this near disaster into a cause for celebration. He declared November 5th a day of thanksgiving, a day to remember the deliverance of the king from the plot's deadly intentions. People were encouraged to light bonfires, a symbol of the king's victory over the forces that sought to overthrow him. The tradition of Gunpowder Treason Day was born, and over the years it evolved into what we now know as Bonfire Night. But the story doesn't end there. The legacy of Guy Fawkes and his fellow conspirators lived on, transcending their failed plot and brutal punishment. The very act that was meant to erase them from history instead immortalized them, their story becoming a part of the British identity. Their plot may have failed, but their legacy was just beginning. Today, Bonfire Night is a time of festivity and fireworks. A celebration that might seem strange to outsiders, but to Britons, it's a tradition steeped in history, a reflection of an evolving identity. The very man who was once seen as a traitor is now the centerpiece of this annual celebration. Effigies of Guy Fawkes, the man behind the mask, are crafted and burned in a spectacle of flames and sparks. A curious tradition, isn't it? The burning of Fawkes is not a celebration of his failure, but rather a vivid reminder of a plot that could have altered the course of history. The evolution of Bonfire Night is a testament to the power of narratives. Over time, the tale of Fawkes and his plot has been woven into the fabric of British culture. It's a story that has grown and adapted, just like the nation itself. Today, Bonfire Night is more than just the burning of an effigy. It's a night of togetherness, of community, of a shared history. It's a night where families gather, where children create memories, where the skies are lit up with a kaleidoscope of colours. The echoes of the past are drowned in the laughter of the present. And while the origins of this night are rooted in religious conflict, today it stands as a symbol of unity. It's a celebration that transcends religion, race and class. It's a night when Britons, regardless of their backgrounds, come together to share in the warmth of the bonfires and the spectacle of the fireworks. Bonfire Night, a tradition born from an act of treason, has transformed into a celebration of unity and shared history. It's a reflection of how Britain as a nation has evolved. A night that began in treachery has become a symbol of unity and celebration. The tale of Guy Fawkes and Bonfire Night is a testament to the power of history and tradition. It reminds us that even in the darkest moments, there's a spark that can light up the world. If you enjoyed this journey through time, don't forget to like and comment below. Share your Bonfire Night memories with us, and let's keep the flame of history burning bright.